This crowd literally wants to get rid of our form of government. New York Mayor Mamdani once tweeted Karl Marx's words exactly. They're not trying to hide it. Their most popular influencer, Hassan Piker, thinks communism is so groovy. He laments the fall of two of the most murderous regimes in history, the Soviet Union and Chairman Mao's China. Mamdani's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over, and impoverish the white middle class. What? That's a goal?
Mamdani just doxed 960,000 New Yorkers. This is insane. So Mamdani's new plan is to tax New Yorkers who have homes in New York but don't live there full time, which is an insane thing to tax people for owning a home and then just not living there all the time. Like, God forbid you have a second home. How dare you? But yeah, so his department took those 960,000 people, those 960,000 residents of New York, and created a searchable database with their name and address just listed publicly. That's doxing. Imagine if somebody was like, hey, I'm going to create a searchable database of all the content creators on TikTok. And on there, I'm going to list their name, their screen name, and their home address. Y'all would lose your mind. Or put it more politically, say Trump wanted to create a searchable database of every Democrat donor where it would have their name.
And I've been doxxed.
You've been doxxed? What? Tell me.
So I don't know if you've heard, but Mayor Mamdani has decided to release a list of the 950,000 residences with addresses and names that might be eligible for his pied-à-terre tax. I came out in favor of this tax. This is the definition. He's taken a legitimate source of tax revenue and he's turning it into a wanted post.
Yes. I don't know why these people are crying like this. They supported what Mamdani is doing, and at the same time, look at how he's freaking out. I have been doxxed. Like he was not in support of this tax. You know, at some point, a lot of these Democrats have been in support of everything Mamdani is trying to put on. It has now reached a level that some can't even take it. A lot of these people will support him. From the days of election till now, he decided to put out this database, and it has triggered a lot of people on the internet to a level I've not seen in a long time. Now going back into Bill Maher, B has been calling these people out every single day.
Well, here's proof that the Democratic Socialists of America are actually just communists.
So we're going to put up on the screen a few of the things that are part of your platform, and I want to ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Abolishing prisons, abolishing ICE, abolishing the police, abolishing the Pentagon, abolishing the presidency and the Supreme Court, abolishing the Senate, and mass amnesty for every illegal in America. Rent control, government-run grocery stores, basically anything that consolidates power and centralizes government planning. Anything that tears down America. That's what these Democratic Communists of America want and what they're running on. Like these three bimbos just elected to Congress, and this literal supporter running for Senate in Michigan. And this chica who's running for Congress, who thinks America deserved 9/11, they're here, it's happening, they're in the same ideas that inspired Mao's Great Leap Forward, which 40 million people, Vladimir Lenin's Soviet Union, which nixed 20 million, Castro's regime in Cuba that's responsible for tens of thousands, North Korea. And I promise you none of those tyrants mentioned above campaigned on destroying their countries. It started with, well, we just need to seize a little more power temporarily so we can finally deliver land, peace, bread, and equality. Nobody else can do it. We're the only ones that can fix it. Lenin's Bolsheviks ran on peace, land, and bread. They sell you all these promises. And then all of a sudden, you have one-party control, the abolition of independent systems, and centralized economic planning. And that's where the gulags and the famine came in. So the Democratic Communists of America, their ringleader, Hassan Piker, he literally spoke to the College Democrats Convention wearing a Mao-like suit. Mao Zedong, who ended up killing 40 million people. He dressed like him on purpose. What is going on? It feels like this is coming out of nowhere, but it has been brewing for a while, and I do think it's important that we know about it. Trying to make communism work is like trying to date the guy who's just inherently flawed and broken. You can't fix him. It's not gonna work this time. Or ever.
This crowd literally wants to get rid of our form of government, the Senate, but also, and I quote, replace the president and Supreme Court with an executive and judiciary chosen by and subordinate to Congress. Yeah, no biggie. Just taking the very essence of our government, which is 3 branches checking each other and shit-canning 2.5 of them. Who could be this nuts? I'll tell you who. Morons who are still wearing masks in 2026.
You know, B is saying this now and he's smiling because at some point he won Democrat. They didn't listen. Taking a look at what Mamdani just did, imagine that someone like Trump did the same thing. You will see the kind of freak out that these people will be putting out every single day. Lawmakers will be freaking out, struggling to impeach him. You know, people on social media will be freaking out. Mamdani did this, putting out people's address there. They look at it like a normal thing. Even the mainstream media can't pick up a topic like this to talk against. It's extremely concerning. It is high time these people learn to call out what is going on, as this might even get to a level we've not seen in a long time. I see a lot of Mamdani supporters on social media. They are against some of his policies, the kind of way he's carrying out some of these things. How on earth will you dox someone, post someone's information simply because you're struggling to collect tax from them?
New York is the greatest collision of proximity, humanity, culture, creativity, weirdness. I'm like, I want that.
Yes, you said that. Yeah, you love the city.
And I moved there in 2000. I was not rich. And I worked my ass off in New York, and I decided, you know what? I can't afford to live here. And I moved to Florida. But I decided I'm going to start a business intelligence firm called L2. And I started it in New York because A, it's an amazing place to start a business, and B, I always wanted to have a foot in New York. I started L2 in 2010. I sold it in 2017, and I've spent a bunch of time this morning trying to figure out what are the taxes, not the federal taxes, but the state franchise tax, real estate taxes, payroll taxes paid by L2.
You know, if you watch this man's podcast, you realize the level of TDS in him is to a level you can't even control. And due to the things he is saying and experiencing right now, it should tell you some of these people act like they don't know what is happening until something touches them. He was in New York, he decided to flee to Florida. Why? That is a question a lot of people are asking. And suddenly, Mamdani decided to publish people who have houses in New York because of his tax the rich, policies that he's struggling to implement. And his name is on that database. Reason you see him now freaking out about Mamdani. So he never knew that this would happen. What exactly? I don't understand. I don't want to talk much about this guy. I get irritated every single time. I want to appreciate people supporting, sharing out the videos. I'm grateful. Please, this is a new one. Like I said, they don't recommend videos on this channel. I used to feel discouraged to continue to put out videos, but I decided to continue to do that. Even if a single person is watching me, I will continue to post for them. So please, if you see my notifications, watch to a good learn, and if possible, share the video and hit the clips up. If you see clips at the end, that's from White Director. You can always skip.
Why go see the movie? Sunny from The View.
Much more than just who plays some.
Yeah. So with all eyes on California, you can see exactly what's happening. There
goes on here in the Golden State.
In 39 days, we will know.
Fun of people.
And so this is my life.
You're talking about qualification.
Odysseus.
Telemachus.
Penelope.
Antinous. Odysseus.
Athena.
Telemachus.
This clip of Elliot Page is going to be what takes the Odyssey movie.
Something I feel really